How am I only halfway through?
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
People doing sketchy shit. The White-haired man before and the secret conversation. Both are bad, yeah.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
That sounds worrying. What happened?
Finally? Did something happen?
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia extravaganza?
I mean, I think it's weird anyway. I don't know how it's been any other year, but no offense to the extravaganza. I think it's been a bit fucking odd from the beginning. But yes.
When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, they were disguised as tourists here to shop. But no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do dirty work like kidnapping or assassinations.
Oh shit!
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called Sachin.
Is that a name I should know? Fuck, I don't know. At least it's not a playable character name.
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned during the opening ceremony?
Oh, is it the guy that donated the crown?
He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes and the diadem of knowledge, but he hasn't shown himself at all.
I can't remember.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. It makes sense now. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently.
Not
So
my
a lot
problem.
of groups have been doing private work that involves the rich.
Still not my problem. I'm not rich.
In their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this nets them enough mora to take it easy for a while.
Although technically in Mora, I have had times in this game where I'm fucking loaded, and then new characters come out, and I go broke from leveling up them and their talents, weapons, and artifact hunting, and then I've got like 200 Mora left. So really, it's a really all high or all low with me.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once. So it's likely that they took advantage of the bustle to sneak in.
No offense, but the Eremites I saw earlier, you know, they were disguised as tourists. No offense to their disguise skills or whatever, but the Eremites I saw earlier walked past, it was fairly obvious they were missing. No offense, but I thought it was pretty obvious.
Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse to slip away.
Damn.
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene.
Anyway, that'd be funny.
Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Matra or the Core of 30?
Fucked if I know. I barely remember what each faction of everything is called.
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Why don't we head over to the Academia and tell Amatra? Thanks a million, you two.
Not at all. It was coincidence on our part as well.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremites' reputation is gonna get even worse if these scumbags succeed. But this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here, so we're leaving this in your hands.
I wouldn't have let it stop you. I'd let you do it. I'm not in charge, but I'd let you do it. Who's in charge?
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
Nahid is the Archon. Ihaven's right now is the temporary acting grand bullshit. He's not happy about it, but that's what he is. So, like, with them two, if those two are, like... Unless there's someone else in charge who also is quite high points, I don't think they'd give a shit if you did something. Nahid would be pretty understanding, and Ihaven gives very zero fucks. So... I'm sure you'd be fine. I'd help. Chaos. Sounds fun.
Paimon's noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? 'Cause Paimon's starting to think that there's more than meets the eye here, too.
Something's gonna go down, and it better be quick. And not too bad. I don't need more drama, game. The main fucking quests have enough drama. You really have to make the small events drama, too.
Wait, thinking like this isn't doing it?
Fine. Why don't you just tell Sino? He probably would be fine with knowing about stuff. Eloquent way of speaking, I know. Something's gonna go down and I'm not going to like it.
Isn't that the Matra we investigated Siraj with?
And Chris, you recognize them? Because I fucking didn't.
Hello, both. It's been a while. Do you have any issues to report?
Yes.
Someone's planning to kidnap Sachin. Goodness.
Or kill him.
Though I suppose it's not all that surprising.
They said kidnapping or assassination, so it depends. He might be, like, for a reward, it could be wanted dead or alive, you know what I mean?
The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation boost as its sponsor. He's seen as one of these super rich types.
He's actually poor as shit, that'd be funny.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
They don't know where he is.
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, and hardly ever comes back to Sumeru City.
Knew it.
No one has been able to contact him.
No, of course.
Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Inter-Darshan Championship is held, I will be watching from close by to choose a suitable person to inherit my estate.
His estate? Does he not have offspring to, like, give that to? Or siblings? What? So that means he's watching the competition. I ain't seen nobody. Unless one of the playable characters is secretly watching, but like... Why'd they bother?
Assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the Eremites in question must have heard about that as well, and decided to come here and try their luck.
Why didn't they try and... Oh, right, the contest can only be... Right,
So
okay.
they shouldn't know where Sachin is either, right?
Mostly.
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino is still on vacation, so I'll handle this.
Like that would stop
Don't
him.
you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumeru City these days. I have my ways of forcing them out into the open.
Well, if it's more than a couple.
All of that said, if you're interested in Sachin's story, why don't you try tracking him down as well?
But competition is tomorrow!
The sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you could task all the Matra and the whole Corps of 30 with someone's protection, but if the client doesn't show themselves, there's nothing we can do to help them.
But if someone's following us, and if we find him, it leads them right to him. Then we'll just beat the shit out of them over there. We're quite good.
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him too.
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocols, so we don't have a very detailed file on him.
Too clean. Suspicious.
I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is
Oh.
back to being the scribe again.
Oh!
Maybe it's worth checking to see if he knows anything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was going to shout about earlier that he's starting. Oh, is he stopped now? So who's Grand Sage now? Or acting Grand Sage now if they still haven't got a permanent position. Yeah. Well, I knew he'd fucking get fucking bored quickly.
Good idea. Okay, we'll head back to the extravagant.
Okay, that's fine. God damn, I thought all of this point of this event was watching competition. Now you're telling me there's fucking assassination and kidnapping attempts? You gotta be shitting me. Gotta find some random dude I've never met before. Nilu! I see Nilu. I don't see him. Oh, now I've gotta go find him as well. So someone's been watching the How can he watch a competition if he's not even nearby to see it? How would he know? I have suspicions.
Hey, Nilu, have you seen Alhaitham anywhere?
Alhaitham? Why, what is it?
We have to ask questions.
We're trying to track down someone and we need him to pull up some records for us.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I don't know where he went. He's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells anyone where he'll be going.
Maybe he's at his house. Just chilling. Or his job, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, that sounds about right for him.
Let me think. To be honest, he doesn't seem very interested in the extravaganza, so he probably doesn't stick around longer than he has to.
So then why is he one of the people doing the commentating? You know what? I'm not going for it. Surely no one fought, unless they did fought. Do you get fought? I'm sure this is not a position you volunteer for.
To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of any places he'd go after work?
I don't know if he drinks. Does he drink?
Ooh, maybe. Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far from here, so we might as well check it out.
I know quite a few would like characters drink in this game because a lot of them are adults and that's what adults do most of the time. But I've never seen him really mention it. There again, that doesn't really mean much. He doesn't mention much. I don't know what the easiest way is to get that. This is not the most conventional way. Where do you live again? Some little inconspicuous house that I always forget about until I walk right around and it's like, yeah, this is it. Just seeing it. I never got to appreciate it properly the last time because I didn't know it was his house. I thought it was just a random building.
Let's try knocking.
Yeah, that's what people usually do when at a door.
No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello? Oh, hey, Ethan? Are you in? We need your help with something.
Just continuously fucking knock, like knock, 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 knock. Really annoying type.
Oh, it's you two?
Oh!
Kaveh, you're home.
Come on in. I'll get the door for you.
Hi, Kaveh. Hey. So he's home.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened the door for them without thinking, before long the whole city would know that I'm living here.
Is it really that big of a deal that you're roommates? Like, people share houses all the time, no? House of fun? I don't know what house prices are like in this world, Kaveh, but in my world they're pretty shit. So sharing with someone is really not that out of the ordinary.
You're pretty conscientious about this, huh? So, what happens if someone comes inside looking for him while you're at home?
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him? Most people have better things to do.
Fair enough. Also, it's kind of rude just to barge into someone's house.
Fair enough. So do you know where he is at the moment?
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house.
My fucking god, the smug thing. Did you have an argument? Do you want me to go talk to him?
I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all.
That's probably fair enough.
I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. My luck's on the rise.
Yeah, or as far as I'm purposely lost, but I don't know if you can purposely lose in the luck. I don't know.
But him, being him. Ugh, you wouldn't believe what he said after I was done talking.
Oh, yeah, buddy, you can rant to me. Go on.
You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title of upperclassman now?
Great impersonation.
And he didn't stop there. He said, I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life.
The proverbial elephant, which is... Oh, goddamn it, what? I don't know why someone hasn't just punched him in the face at this point. I'd be tempted to. Do you want me to have words with him? I'll have words. Also, rely on luck, but you haven't. You, like, the only reason to rely on luck is because of the pick of the draw, because you and Farazan got the same one at the same time in the first round, and the same for the second round. So instead of, like, arguing of who gets the points, you did the luck of the draw. As actually achieving in the round, though, that was not relying on luck. You still got there. That wasn't luck. He's talking out of his ass, mate.
Yeah, that does sound like something Alhaitham would say.
He talks out of his ass very often.
I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way to infuriate me every single time.
Aww.
Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing his own cleaning and tidying from now on.
You clean and tidy, man. I'd fuck it. That sounds like a great roommate. As well, Alpha even needs to keep this one.
See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't utterly devoid of artistic sensibility already, it certainly will be after today.
I love this guy. This guy's great.
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition isn't even over yet. How can you afford it?
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game.
That's very confident of you.
I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. It'll take me 3 days tops to move out of here for good.
That's fair enough for you, mate, for being confident about it. Fair play. You know, a little bit of fucking confidence in the competition. I think that's very good. Yes.
I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal. No matter what happens in the third round, I will win. I will emerge triumphant. You'll see.
I believe in you, buddy. Although, please don't collapse again, please. It's not worth your health. It's like when people are collapsing in the desert. It's like, please, this competition is not worth your health. Please just be, like, okay. Oh, and also there's a bunch of assassins and kidnappers running around, so just be wary of that in the future.
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But are you sure you'll be alright.
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Whatever that means.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious personality flaws too.
2? No, I think you're lovely. That's mean. People don't like me for my personality. What?
Oh, we didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Faruzan down when she offered to give you her points.
You didn't feel right.
Plus, you took it upon yourself to help those desert foxes.
Because being an arsehole didn't move to just leave them. I don't see why these people are so caught up on this. It's like it's like one character we've met that doesn't want to be an arsehole. We're just like, suspicious. Turned further when she offered her points because you think on at the same time he probably wouldn't have felt it was fair. As for the desert fox, he didn't want to just leave him trapped. If you tell it to me honestly, people watching, if you saw a puppy on the street and you saw it was injured, tell me straight to my fucking face that you wouldn't stop whatever you're doing for that day, whether that means you'll be late for work or whatever the fuck, you wouldn't stop and help that fucking puppy out. You wouldn't. Exactly. You would do that. Exactly. My case is rested.
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict in that?
Why would you feel guilty? Oh, there's gonna be some charge to this, isn't it?
Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in my nature. Plus, if I just did nothing, then there'd be no escaping the blame if something bad came of it later down the line.
Oh, buddy. You've been having some shit times, huh?
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping out, you put yourself at risk. Fainting in the middle of the desert, for example. Was that really worth it?
Self-sacrifice for your own good, huh? That seems to be a theme in this game of characters. Welcome to the show. Yeah, just like, don't die or something, please. For Christ's sake, if a major character in this game dies, just please don't. I don't think I'll be able to take it.
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time.
That's fair.
What was it you needed Alhatham's help with anyway?
We met this guy like twice, like 3 times-ish. We're starting to have real conversation with him during this competition and we just expect him to spill like every inner working of the mind. That's not how this works.
Sachin. Huh. He did actually mention a Sachin recently. I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested that I should take a look, but I didn't. Give me a moment. Let me go find them.
He's still helpful. Thank you!
Ah, this is the one. Here, take it.
You sure he'd be okay with this?
With taking liberties? He's certainly okay with helping himself to my beer whenever he pleases.
From the same glass? Or, like, just, like, from the fridge? Like, in what sense?
And anyway, he did ask me if I wanted to read his notes. I didn't see the point at the time, so he just left them on the side. He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay with other people reading them. It's fine, I promise.
It's nice that you know that. Like, that's nice. Considerate of your friend, roommate. You two are complicated.
Cool, if you say so. Okay, let's see what he's got on Sachin.
Do I have to read all of it? Hi.
I fetched the documents for you. Feel free to look through them at your leisure.
Can I look at you for my Sorry. Sorry, inappropriate. Oh, fucking you want me to read all that? Born to wealthy family, renowned merchant was his father. 9, was very good in class. 15, still good at class. 16, research. 23, his father died. Took over his father's business. 25, more research. 32, came back. Mental state shit. 33, donated everything to academia. following expert quote for joint content. A minimum of 30% of all revenue generated from the business will be used to fund prizes for the Darshan Championship. Will be encouraged young prodigies to actively participate in the competition. I will also be donating my entire collection, the most prominent item of which the Diadem of Knowledge. I don't like the whole came back as his mental was in shambles. Maybe I think something happened, but I don't know. Especially with this crown thing. Only the winner competition may wear it. Yeah, why do I think you shouldn't? In addition, only given the rights to manage academia, can only manage the properties. Ownership of them does not belong to the academia, nor does it belong to me. Each year, when I keep an eye on each candidate, if I particularly identify a candidate, I reveal myself. What are you, some kind of genie? I will reveal my identity true if you can prove yourself. I will then give everything to the candidate. We know about this already. After the contract came into effect, he returned to Dutch because but there's no word from him since then. Many claim to have seen him in the desert, but none such claims be verified. 20 years have passed since then. Jesus, you've not found one person from the championship to, like, do your bullshit hoobity-doo with?
That was a lot of information. Paimon's getting a headache.
It was like 5 paragraphs, and I summed it into like 3 sentences. Calm down.
So, to sum up, Sachin put the academia in charge of managing his estate and went off to do research, right? He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give them a reward, but his entire estate as well. Oh, that must be worth heaps and heaps of mora.
What? Are you serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I'd be able to pay off all my debts, then buy a new place, and still have cash to burn.
He's that rich? Well, yeah, but for 20 years without choosing someone, I think at this point he's just being fucking fussy. Surely there's someone has caught his eye.
I could build another Palace of Alcazar's Array.
Of course you...
Except this time, I'd make it 10 times bigger.
And burn all your money again? Of course you would. Very artistic of you, I'll give you that.
Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation. To do it properly would take upwards of...
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting way ahead of yourself there, mister!
But he's passionate about his work, that's good. And he's probably very good at it, considering.
You're right. First I need to focus on winning and moving out of this place.
Huh? Wait a moment. There's a loose slip of paper tucked in between these pages.
You're telling me this whole book was the whole files and it only had 5 paragraphs in? How big of the fuck was the fucking font? 1 letter per page?
Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting ideas down as he was thinking things over. Let's see. 2 phrases have been circled. Sachin, dead or alive, unknown. And Diadem of Knowledge.
Sachin wasn't that weird fucking vision we saw of that guy, that guy with grey hair, right? Nah, couldn't be. Maybe though. Well, he's like 30 something when he disappeared and 20 years passed.
Some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible. Is this written in some other language?
Maybe it's shorthand.
Let me see. Huh. I recognize this script. Give me a second. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100% accurate.
It's another language?
There's another smaller line of text underneath. Why would he bring that up?
Wow. It's so cool that you can actually read this script.
Yeah, well done you.
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins of King Deshret's Civilization. I had to familiarize myself a little with this script at the time.
A little? Sounds complicated.
Oh, interesting. So, any idea what Alhaitham meant by all this?
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great mysteries of the world.
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here.
Yeah, but you seem to know him better than most, so...
Yeah, he better catch those crooks. But until then, let's just head out for a stroll.
That's it? Okay. That's it? Okay. What was also written, Kaveh? What are you not telling me?
Little decisions. What could have been going through his mind when he wrote that?
Fucked if I know. Bye, Kathy.
Paimon just heard that the Matra have arrested some Eremites who snuck into the city.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe they were the ones plotting to kidnap Sachin. Let's go to the Academia and check with Araf.
Hello.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
That's alright, it's not like I'm in charge here, you don't have to tell me shit.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait.
Wow, okay.
But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
Sachin had kids? Then why the hell is he not giving the inheritance? You know what, that's probably why the kid's pissed off. Yeah, okay.
What?
Who's the
Why
kid?
would someone want to kidnap?
It's anybody's guess at this point.
I bet for the money.
In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city.
I told you there'd be a lot of them. Calling it now. Prediction time. Right. So, because Sachin's leaving all of his estate and everything to someone who stands out in the competition, whatever the fuck that means. It means that he probably wouldn't leave anything behind for his kids, right? Or kids, singular, we'll see. So his kid's like, hey, no, I'm entitled to that. You're my father. And Sachin is like, no, this is how I'm doing things. And the kid doesn't like that. So the kid wanted to kidnap him so that he'd get the money? I don't know, by killing his dad? Or by forcing him to change his thing? I don't know how you would force him to do that. Maybe something like that.
We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
I'll go to the competition.
Sure. Let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Oh, okay. Quest doesn't start till later. Gathering and partings. Whatever that means.
Are you sure this is the right place?
What the fuck?
Something feels off.
Who the fuck?
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Oh, unconscious. They're not dead then. I thought it was a bunch of bodies.
Boss, we got more company.
Hi, Levi. Are you from Attack on Titan? Who's the boss?
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
Did your group, who knocked out the other people? Hello. Don't fucking me.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
Who's them?
With who?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches.
That's Wanderer.
After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
That one's slightly more vague and less is how I hate him. He's got a bit of green on, but not much. But the first one, definitely Wanderer. Definitely. Scar, what the fuck are you up to?
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Giovanni, Sachin's son.
Hello, Sachin's son.
If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the Academia for further interrogation.
Serious. You might want to get more manpower there. There's a lot of unconscious people out there. That's a lot of people to carry.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired.
Called it.
That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine, I'll just have to take it from him. Of course. Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows?
You didn't kill your own... Wow. Mate, you've got issues.
So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself.
Right.
I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly capable of? Diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing he donated to the academia?
Yeah, the weird, suspicious-looking thing.
Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive.
Oh.
He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day.
Is it haunted by a ghost by any chance? Because there was a guy in grey hair. Is it, like, that hasn't been established yet?
Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room.
What the fuck?
Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days.
There's something up with that fucking crown-looking thing. I knew it. I don't trust this.
Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research and didn't return for many years. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point.
Nope.
Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
Yeah, you're not much better yourself, fucking calling your father the devil and whatnot. He's like, you're not better. You trying to fucking kidnap him, so...
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
Okay.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for providing us with the critical information.
That's alright, I didn't do much.
Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah, Al-Haytham's notes do mention that item.
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't have brought that up.
Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
But that won't work.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue.
I guarantee you this won't work. This competition is getting more fucking intense by a second. I don't like it. I don't like it. There's too much apprehension. Things building up. It's making me very nervous. I don't like this. Something's gonna happen.
You're finally back.
Hello.
Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
Shit. Knew it.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
We have no authority to do this whatsoever.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now?
But has anyone ever fucking... Wait, hold on. Does it not given to the person who's won? Do they have to return it back? What a shit fucking reward.
This is pretty serious. Let me think.
No. Oh, fair enough, I tried.
Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Deima Forest. We moved it there before the third round began. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Deima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition.
What if the person with no points gets it? Is it going to be some kind of draw?
As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce.
Oh, fuck.
I might not make it in time. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately. Let's hope nothing happens.
Alright, let's go!
Oh, I can't watch. Something's gonna happen.
That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Okay. Oh, this forest. Oh, fuck. I'm not looking forward to this. I got a terrible feeling. Ooh. Just in the middle of the forest, huh? Well, at least you can't burn to death out here.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty.
Probably.
We might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Shortcut. These guys are morons. They're gonna run for this thing. I'm gonna teleport. Oh, hello.